Ray Dalio is an American billionaire hedge fund manager, philanthropist, and author. Born on August 8, 1949, in Jackson Heights, Queens, New York, he is the founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the world's largest and most successful hedge funds. Bridgewater Associates is known for its distinctive investment philosophy and use of systematic, algorithmic decision-making processes. Here we are, dicuous in details, Dalio's biography. A young Ray Dalio, played by a child actor, is seen playing on the streets of Jackson Heights. Ray grew up in a modest neighborhood, displaying an early curiosity for the world of finance. His middle-class upbringing would unknowingly lay the foundation for his future success. Teenage Ray sits in a high school classroom, his eyes fixed on a financial newspaper. The teacher, noticing his interest, encourages him. Even in high school, Ray's passion for understanding economic trends and financial markets was evident. His teachers recognized his potential and encouraged his inquisitive nature. Dalio went on to study at Harvard University, where he immersed himself in economics and financial markets. After graduating from Harvard, Dalio married and started a family. He moved to Wilton, Connecticut, where he lived and traded out of a converted barn. Dalio then worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange and traded commodity futures. He later worked as the director of commodities at Dominic & M, Dominic LLC, New York Stock Exchange. In 1970s, Dalio's keen insights and innovative strategies soon caught the attention of the financial community. In 1975, Ray founded Bridgewater Associates, a venture that would revolutionize the hedge fund industry. His commitment to radical transparency and a unique investment philosophy set Bridgewater apart. At the core of Dalio's success is his commitment to principles. He developed a set of guiding principles that govern every aspect of Bridgewater's operations. These principles, documented in his widely acclaimed book, Principles, Life and Work, emphasize radical transparency, thoughtful disagreement, and a meritocratic approach to decision-making. Dalio faced challenges too. The 2008 financial crisis tested Bridgewater's strategies, but the firm emerged relatively unscathed, further solidifying Dalio's status as a financial guru. Over the years, he continued to adapt Bridgewater's approach, incorporating machine learning and data-driven decision-making into the investment process. Beyond finance, Ray Dalio is known for his philanthropy. Together with his wife Barbara, he has pledged to give away the majority of his wealth through the Dalio Foundation. His commitment to education and addressing social issues reflects a broader vision of making a positive impact on the world. During his 2008 presidential campaign, John McCain paid a visit to the firm and spoke to staff. The next year was not as bright. In 2009, when economic growth was higher than expected and the Dow Jones Industrial Average increased by 19%, the company's Pure Alpha Fund reportedly earned just 2% to 4%. In 2011, Dalio self-published a 123-page volume, Principles, that outlines his philosophy of investment and corporate management. By that same year, Dalio was managing money for the Sears, Kodak, General Motors, and the Government Investment Corporation of Singapore. In 2012, he appeared on the annual Time 100 list of the 100 most influential people in the world. In 2011 and 2012, Bloomberg Markets listed him as one of the 50 most influential people. Under Dalio's leadership, Bridgewater's Pure Alpha 2 had just 3 losing years in its history, with an average return of 10.4%. A stake in Bridgewater Associates Intermediate Holdings, LP, was purchased by the Teacher Retirement System of Texas, TRS, for $250 million in February 2012. Dalio was co-CEO of Bridgewater for 10 months before announcing in March 2017 that he would step down as part of a company-wide shakeup by April 15. As of October 2017, Bridgewater Associates had $160 billion in assets under management. In reference to the personality that led him to investment success, Dalio has said that he considers himself a hyper-realist. Dalio promotes a culture of radical transparency within his investment firm. He encourages constructive confrontation, where team members openly challenge each other's ideas to ensure that the best possible decisions are made. According to Dalio, Bridgewater Associates is a global macro firm, investing around economic trends such as changes in exchange rates, inflation, and GDP growth. Dalio has said he divides his holdings into two different areas: beta investments and alpha investments. Beta investments produce returns through passive management and normal market risk. Dalio employs an investment strategy that blends conventional diversification with wagers on or against markets around the world, according to Bloomberg. Dalio began using the term D process in February 2009 to describe the deleveraging and deflationary process of the subprime mortgage industry as distinct from a recession, and subsequently incorporated the term into his investment philosophy. A November 2023. New York Times. Investigative report, based on a book by the paper's finance journalist Rob Copeland, raised questions about claims that Dalio and the fund had made about its investment philosophy and investment methodology. For example, the report indicated that the fund's investments are based largely on Ray Dalio's own picks, not by the sophisticated investment system that Dalio and the firm had touted. Understanding Ray Dalio's perspective on capitalism and socio-economic inequality. Ray Dalio, a prominent figure in finance and founder of Bridgewater Associates, has consistently voiced his support for capitalism while highlighting the urgent need for reform. Despite his belief in capitalism as the superior economic system, Dalio has repeatedly emphasized its shortcomings in benefiting the majority of Americans. In an interview on 60 Minutes in April 2019, Dalio declared income inequality in the United States a national emergency, urging comprehensive reform. This sentiment was reiterated in July 2019 when he called for the refinement of capitalism, identifying wealth inequality as another pressing national emergency. In a November 2019 blog post, Dalio warned of a potential disaster, attributing it to excess capital, unfunded social liabilities, and government deficits, which he referred to as a paradigm shift. While acknowledging the historical success of capitalism, Dalio stressed the importance of reforming the system rather than abandoning it, particularly in the face of the unfolding crisis in May 2020. He remarked, "As the current crisis unfolds, we should remember that throughout history, capitalism has proven to be the best system, though it can sometimes be highly flawed." By October 2020, Dalio drew attention to the lack of income growth for the average citizen over the past 2 decades, noting that the bottom 60% of workers had experienced no inflation-adjusted income growth since the 1980s. Dalio also issued a cautionary note in October 2020 regarding China's rise, highlighting the nation's exceptional performance amid the COVID-19 pandemic. He pointed out China's economic strength, low COVID-19 case rates, and its central role in half of all global listed initial public offerings. Dalio urged people not to overlook China's emergence as a global superpower. In April 2011, Dalio and his wife joined Bill Gates and Warren Buffett's Giving Pledge, vowing to donate more than half his fortune to charitable causes within his lifetime. He created the Dalio Foundation, which serves as his personal philanthropic vehicle. By the end of 2012, the Dalio Foundation had built up assets of $590 million. In 2013, Dalio contributed another $400 million to the foundation, which increased its assets to about $842 million. Dalio has also backed the Volcker Alliance, the public policy group headed by former Federal Reserve Chair Paul Volcker. Overall, the Dalio family has donated more than $5 billion to his foundation, and the foundation has given out more than $1 billion in charitable grants. How the Economic Machine Works. A Template for Understanding. What is Happening Now is Dalio's first book, published in 2007. Principles, Life and Work is Dalio's second book, published in 2017 by Simon & Schuster. It was a New York Times bestseller and Amazon's business book of 2017. The catalyst for the book was a frank memo from his top lieutenants in 1993 about his interpersonal skills as a manager at Bridgewater Associates. He has announced that he will write a second volume, Principles, Economics, and Investing. Principles for Navigating Big Debt. Crises is Dalio's third book, published in 2018. He analyzes 48 historical examples of debt crises when real GDP growth fell by 3% or more in various economies. Dalio's newest book, The Changing World Order: Why Nations Succeed and Fail, was published on November 16, 2021. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends. Your support means a lot to us. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts. We appreciate your feedback, and it helps us create even better videos in the future. We'll see you in the next video.